Welcome to week 5 of the Talkin Ball Game Day episode.
Come on.
Part 2. If you watched our Monday
My
video.
knees killing me.
So,
Dave.
like I said,
Comment down below if I have arthritis.
yeah, do you think Dave has arthritis?
Girlfriend thinks I do.
But let's go ahead and get our preliminaries up. Preliminary, it's big a bird.
Big old
Wow,
word.
every video. They're going
Adam-
to start thinking we draw these up.
Yeah, they are. Out of the way. Thank you, Cam
Thank you,
Smith.
Cam.
This is why people quit
Like,
our
oh, like,
because
Stetson Bennett's good.
and we're in a meth lab.
And a shed.
In a shed.
A meth lab shed.
But thank you, Cam, for sponsoring us, Just Jesus Network Radio, Internet Radio app for all your gospel
Thank
preaching,
you.
gospel singing. Our boy Dave's on it Saturday mornings at 8:30.
We got to stop telling people that.
Why?
They're going to not go on there because of me.
But also with the American Senior
They let him
Benefits
preach?
Insurance Broker. Thank you, Cam. We do seriously appreciate it
Absolutely.
for all your support. But yeah, let's dive into this week 5. Another great week of college football on the rise. Looking
A
forward.
really great slate of games again.
Man, it's
Yeah.
just been so good.
Yeah, I mean,
Because normally,
Clemson's a good team.
yeah. Because like normally though, I
In what world?
last year I looked at the schedule and said, man, we play NC State, we're gonna win by 30.
Yeah.
We play Boston College. Now, granted, last year they kept it close, but we're going to win by 30. This year, it's going to be a nail biter. I'm afraid we're going to lose.
Literally,
so
like-
that's the only positive about us sucking
I
this
literally-
year is that
I
every
literally-
game's close.
I literally
Every
told-
game's interesting.
Yeah.
I literally
every-
told my dad, I was like, man, I hope every game's not like this year. Like,
It's gonna be-
Dallas is going to lose, but Little Harry has to.
literally, like it's falling out. But let's go ahead and dive into this real quick. With our first segment is our upset of the week.
I don't forgot mine.
Yeah, it's been a while. Which game do we think? Oh, I remember yours. What
All
game
of them.
is gonna? What game has the possibility? Yeah, all of them.
Um,
But I'll go ahead and
Go
start off. My
right.
upset alert of the week, not the team I don't think necessarily could win, is going to win, but could possibly, and that is Kentucky over Florida. Is Kentucky over Florida? And I take that because I did watch some of the Kentucky game against South Carolina, and Kentucky looked really they look like a good team. Florida seemed to struggle a little bit. I didn't get to watch that whole game with
they struggled
Tennessee.
early against Tennessee.
Yeah,
but
they struggled
second
early.
half they were pretty dominant.
But I'm not like David said in our other video. I'm not totally balled in on Florida. And playing at Kentucky, I think it's 6:30 game.
Florida could win the Natty, and I wouldn't be bought in on.
Yeah. But a night game at Kentucky. And like Dave has mentioned, a couple times, Florida's gonna lose more than likely one game during the season, and I think this could be their trap game coming into it.
Well, they did lose to Bama, but other than that,
yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
that they're not supposed to.
Right, that they're not supposed to. But it could be a trap game if they come into it overlooking Kentucky. Kentucky's I think 4-0 for the first time since
They can
like
play
2008, something like that. Kentucky, like you said, Kentucky's always a decent program.
Kentucky is one of the best coaching staffs in the nation.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, Mark Stoops, right?
Yep.
I always get him. I always
Yep.
almost want to call him Bob Stoops for some reason, but Mark Stoops, he's done a great job.
Yeah.
Why
He
is
really
Bob
has.
Stoops not coaching somewhere?
I don't know.
I really don't.
But that's
His
He must
name's
not
been,
want to.
His name's been thrown in the USC hat a little bit.
But I don't think he wants.
I don't think he does either.
but yeah, that is my
He's got to be the best coach that's not coaching him or Urban Meyer or
Yeah,
Urban Meyer's in the
Urban
NFL.
Meyer's
yeah, that is my upset watch of the week.
That's fine.
I like that. I think Florida wins, but I do.
I do too.
Now I don't know what the spread is, but I imagine it
We're
could be.
gonna find out.
It could definitely be closer than maybe what people expect. But I definitely think Florida pulls it out. But again, this is just upset alert.
8.5.
8.5. Well, maybe not. That's probably about what I'd maybe
Yeah.
expect. Maybe. But anyways, I'll get to mine, and mine's gonna be Alabama Ole Miss. And again, I consider this an alert. I don't know if is it one of our picks this
Yeah, it's
week.
one of our
So I
picks.
guess we'll get into it. I think I'm gonna roll with Bama, and I think Bama's a top 2 team in the country, no doubt. But we've seen Ole Miss give them fits just last year. We've
Yep.
seen historically Ole Miss give them fits. You've got a great quarterback in Matt Corral. You've got an elite offense with Ole Miss. The defense at Ole Miss is much improved. Lane Kiffin, he's coached under Saban. He knows the intricacies of Alabama. He knows
Yep.
maybe how to exploit them.
Whoa. Intricacy.
That's another one.
I don't even think I know what the definition of that word is, but I knew it
just-
sounded good.
Yeah, it just fits right there.
Been
But-
watching Game Day.
I really think Ole Miss could pull this game off.
And
I really
if
do.
there's any team that knows how to
Yeah.
beat Alabama, it's Ole Miss.
especially
They could have done it last
Yeah,
year.
especially if it was at Ole Miss, but with
Oh,
it being
yeah.
at Bryant-Denny, I definitely think Alabama still gets it. And again, it's not that I think Ole Miss is
Right.
better than Bama, but it's
Right.
one game and it's all it takes.
Yeah.
So that's my upset alert of the week is Ole Miss, Matt Corral, Lane Kiffin, and the Rebels could possibly pull
Yep.
off this upset.
All right, so I'm rocking
That could
with
change the entire season.
for
It
my
could.
upset of the week. I'm going to go with Maryland. over Iowa. And I'm not just saying watch out for this team.
On a Friday night.
I'm saying Maryland wins this game outright. Let me see.
I like that pick.
I'll check the spread here just real quick. It is 3.5. Maryland wins this game, and they're going to win this game by about 10 points.
No.
You don't want to play on the road on a Friday.
I haven't seen that as a.
And I was struggled in the beginning this week with Colorado State. Yeah.
Well, they struggled against Colorado State. Only put 30 on.
I think they ended up pulling away at that game, didn't they?
Hold up real quick though.
So
sorry. Can I butt in just real quick?
No doubt.
Ole Miss is coming off a bye against Bama too.
Oh yeah.
I just want to look out. I'm sorry. I had to.
Big.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Nick Saban better look out.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama pretty much is too. I mean,
yeah, that's true. That is
no
true.
doubt. That's true. No. The thing is here, I think Iowa is a little bit overrated. The only reason they're ranked number 5 is because a bunch of other teams suck.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not trying to hate on Iowa. They may prove me wrong here, and they did earlier in the year. But I'm taking Maryland this game, and I'm taking them outright, and give me Maryland by about 10 points.
I'll tell you what, and to piggyback off of that, and I said last week, I think maybe on our game day video, maybe it was a reaction video, that I think Iowa might be legit. And I watched them. Who was it that they played?
Colorado State,
and they struggled.
Yep.
But their wins that they did get early in the season are starting to look a little bit worse and worse. You know,
Yeah.
Iowa State, you think is a legit team. Iowa State just lost again last week to Baylor.
Yep.
So their wins that they are getting are definitely seeming to not be as great.
Right.
So I like that pick, especially on a Friday night.
Put it
Friday
this
nights
way,
are trap games.
Iowa only had 270 yards of total offense Saturday against a terrible team.
Yeah.
Now, Maryland's not known for offense, but Maryland's going to put up points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Iowa has not scored over 34 on the year, and that was against Indiana. They scored 34. I think they're averaging like 28 or 29.
Yeah.
Maryland scores 30 or more this game. Can Iowa keep up is a question.
Yep. So the team, group of whatever you want to call it that I'm sleeping on is I haven't done this. Nobody's done this year. I'm actually sleeping on a coach, and that coach is the very man himself, Tony Elliott.
The $2 million man,
Wow.
I believe. I didn't know his salary.
Yeah,
He's sleeping on a whole coach.
please do. Yeah, I'm sleeping on Tony Elliott. And like I said, I'm not going to get into much of this, but Tony Elliott, something's got to change. Something's got to give.
No doubt.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, watch our video from Wednesday.
Yeah,
where
we're
go into
running
more detail
we're
about
running we're running the same plays that we've been running for 6 or 7 years now. And I understand, well, yeah, it's worked, but you've had, and like we talked about it in our Monday video and reaction video, we're running the same plays that we've been running, and we're expecting players to do the same things. But we design those plays for different type of players.
And it's not only that, as an offense, as a football team as a whole, you always have to evolve.
And I literally sat there. This weekend, and I was watching the game with my dad, and I literally said, it was like first down, and I was like, watch, we're running the ball in the middle right here, bam, up the middle. I was like, but watch, second play, slant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bam.
Third play, deep pass.
Yep.
And that's the thing, we've said this many times on this show, that if I just your average college football watcher can predict what they're going to run, a defensive coordinator that's his job, that's what he studies film, can do the same thing.
And there's no way with as much talent as we do have on the offensive side of the ball, say what you want, that most deep into the third quarter that we have 91 yards of total offense.
Yeah, I mean we had 5 yards total offense in the third quarter.
Yeah.
That's wild.
We literally ran. I don't even know how many. I don't know because we went into overtime how many it was. But deep in the fourth quarter, we had ran 33 plays. Even last week against Georgia Tech, we had 9 possessions.
That's killing. And why do you see we have so many injuries on our defense?
No wonder's killing our defense. But
that's.
I'm sleeping on Tony Elliott. I keep saying every week, this is the week we get it together.
I'm out on that.
I'm gonna. You'll see in a little bit. I'm gonna pick Clemson later, just because they're my team. But I don't see Clemson's offense getting it together again this week. I don't know if we get it together all year.
No,
and Jeff Hafley's a great defensive mind, elite defensive mind.
Like we said last week, is sometimes it's just a issue with the execution, and sometimes it's just an issue.
Yeah,
and this
there's
issue.
problem. Yeah,
and I mean just. Look at Ohio State's defense since Jeff Hafley's left.
Yeah.
Just saying. That's enough you got to know about
That's who I'm sleeping on is Tony Elliott. If they lose this game, I'm going to go ahead and mark it down. If they lose and don't score but 14 or 17 points, look for Tony Elliott to be fired the next week.
And
I'll go ahead and, in all seriousness, call that.
Like, you think he'd full on be fired?
Yeah, Dabo's not
should.
going to put his job in jeopardy for Tony Elliott.
And I would hope so, but my only thing is, and we can talk about this later, so I'll just get to mine.
Clemson's a cult.
Yeah, real quickly, I'm sleeping on Indiana this week. They're playing Penn State. I'm not sure if it was at
Good
Penn
pick.
State or.
I think it's at Penn State.
Oh, definitely sleeping on them then. And I'll tell you, I've been so disappointed in Michael Penix Jr. He looked really good last year.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it was a short season for the Big Ten. It was like 6 regular season games. But they were one of the only teams in the Big Ten last year that really could touch Ohio State. And Michael Penix played an incredible game against Ohio State last year. Now, we come to find out Ohio State did have a pretty weak secondary. But he's having a bad turnover problem this year. It seems like he throws minimum 3 picks a game. That's why they look so bad against Iowa. He threw like 4 interceptions. He threw like 3 interceptions a week before that against like Cincinnati. And I think Indiana's not necessarily a bad football team, but Michael Penix has seemed to extremely regress from last season to this season. So that's who I'm sleeping on. I think Indiana gets dog walked by Penn State.
David?
Man, this is a hard pick because I want to do something, and I just don't want it to bite me in the butt. But I'm going to do it.
I know what he's doing, I think.
I think I know what he's doing, too.
I'm sleeping on Arkansas.
Yep.
I'm sleeping on Arkansas, and, man, the thing is, the moment that Georgia loses this weekend, this is getting thrown in my face.
So if we had like 5,000 subscribers, Arkansas fans would like clip that and like throw it back if they
But
would.
I'm going to sleep on Arkansas. I don't believe I'm just going to go black or white here. No gray area. Arkansas has nothing for Georgia. Arkansas needs to not show up Saturday. Arkansas cannot play on the same field as Georgia. I'm just going to go and say it. This is either going to really bite me in the butt or I'm going to look really stupid. I'm going to look either really stupid or really smart. Arkansas has nothing for Georgia. For one, you're banged up. Jefferson injured. Burks injured. The other wide receiver injured. One of them didn't even come back. Got toted out of the field. One of them did come back. Jefferson came back. How healthy are these guys? I don't care how healthy they are.
Are you getting Darnell and Taki back this week?
I know we get Darnell back. The thing is with Taki, even if he's healthy, he's not really had a lot of time in the playbook and in the system. And as good as Brenny's playing,
yeah, there's no point.
Yeah, it's hard. But Taki is one of those guys that's so good at you have to get him on the field. Arkansas has nothing for Georgia. If Georgia plays their brand of ball this weekend, and they will, this is going to be a pace. This is going to be a blowout, and all the Georgia's offense ain't legit. Yeah, it is.
That's if Georgia comes out there and blows out Arkansas, it's I mean, not that y'all have already made a statement to begin with, but that's a huge
statement. And Georgia wins this game 41-17 type beat.
Well, you already gave her score,
and I'm definitely not going to say I disagree. And if Georgia comes out and plays their A-plus game, Arkansas comes out and plays their A-plus game, I think Georgia probably wins by 14 or 17, no doubt. But I've seen Clemson. I've seen Georgia lose to a South Carolina team that couldn't compete with Georgia 9 out of 10 games.
Yep.
I've seen Clemson lose to Syracuse that couldn't. Syracuse went 3-9 that year when we were a way better team. And it's any given Saturday. I know you know that, but that would be my only pushback probably on that. Is that Arkansas is not a bad team, and I agree. 9 out of 10 games, they have nothing for you, but all it takes is one Saturday.
No
but
doubt.
I definitely,
no doubt.
And
And I agree with you. That's why I'm so weary to even say all
exactly.
this. But
right.
like I said, I'm either just going to go all in.
Yeah.
I'm either going to just be bold or not say it at all.
No, I like it.
And so that's why I'm going all the way with that. Now, deep down, I believe this could be a close game. But, all right, so last year, Georgia comes in. They start Juwan Mathis. He forgets how to play football. We play Stetson Bennett. We blow Arkansas out at Arkansas at 3:30 at Arkansas. Once again, at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Who did they recruit that changed this team so much?
Right.
It was just another year under Sam Pittman. They got the same players. They mostly, in part, have a group of the same personnel. And Georgia's even better. They have nothing for Georgia as long as Georgia plays their kind of ball. And I'm sleeping on Arkansas. And I feel like this game is not going to be close after about 17.
That's a good transition into our next segment, because the player that I'm watching out for this week to have a good week is the man himself, the University of Georgia's quarterback, JT Daniels.
Yes, sir.
I expect him to come out. He's I'd heard it just like Dave has. He's not shown anything. He's not done anything. Well, when you look at the dude's stat, and I understand they played Vandy last week,
right,
and they played South Carolina the week before, but I think in 2 games now he's played, 3 quarters?
Yep.
I mean, something like that, and he's putting up incredible stats. And the thing that I see about DJ, I mean not DJ, because DJ definitely is.
Please to God. Don't compare.
that JT is he's a great deep ball thrower. He can throw the deep
That's
ball.
the thing is that's what he was, and not that he did it poorly, but that's what we needed to see him improve on out to everybody.
And it's not even necessarily that he has a strong arm. It's not that he's the strongest arm.
He's accurate.
He's accurate, man.
Yeah,
He's accurate deep ball.
and he's not. I understand he threw that one interception against South Carolina. But he's not turning the ball over. He's not making stupid decisions. He's not just throwing the ball around. He knows when to get rid of it. He knows when to tuck it and run. He's not going to take off and outrun you for 40, 50 yards.
No.
But he'll get that 3 to 5 yards if he has to get it. Very very poised. I look for I might say it again. JT to have a great week against Arkansas.
I
this
wish
week.
it was DJ. DJ was my pick last week, and I was sorely disappointed.
You going with him this week too?
No, absolutely not. I'm
Okay.
out on Clemson as a whole. Still a fan, but I'm just out on. We're not going to be.
Yeah, I'm not changing. Let's go on record and say that I'm not changing my fan base.
No,
I'm still
not. I mean, we could go.
But I see a lot of people on TigerNet and Clemson and all that. Where I'm done with this team. Blah blah blah.
I mean, we could go 0-12 the next 20 years. I'm still a Clemson fan.
Yeah,
but
I'm not changing.
But
That's
I'm going
rough.
with Matt Corral. I'm going with Alabama.
He's gonna leave for the Davester.
That's on me. I changed it. I was going Desmond Ritter.
What a jerk.
That's on me. I'm starting to talk myself more and more into this Ole Miss. The more I sit here and
Matt
we
Corral's winning the
conversate.
Heisman.
And
Yes, he is.
I don't know how great Matt Corral plays, but I think Matt Corral plays good enough for them to beat Bama this week.
I think so too, but the reason I don't think they beat them, and we'll get into this, and honestly, we'll see what happens at the end of this video because I don't know what I'm gonna do with this pick.
The more I keep talking myself into it.
But I just don't know.
I don't even know the last time that Alabama's lost at home. I think it was a Johnny Manziel. I think it's what it was.
Probably.
I'll
That's
tell
when
you
they
this:
lost at home.
if Ole Miss don't win this game, it's not because of Matt Corral. Matt Corral's the Heisman leader
I
right
think
now.
Matt Corral plays great.
He's gonna win the Heisman. Because John took Matt Corral, who
That's on me. I'm sorry.
threw a loop on me, and I had committed. I'm gonna go with Tua.
Tua.
Talia.
I was gonna say Tua's got some broke ribs.
Tua. I'm going with Talia. Tua's little brother. He plays this weekend against Iowa. Number 5. I think Talia has a great day. I think they put up some good numbers, some good stats. He may turn the ball over once, but I think he'll have a good day. He's played great so far. Started off kind of shaky, but is really coming to his own. I'm looking for Talia to have a good day.
Alrighty. Now on to our picks of the week. Go ahead and get our guest picker. Go ahead and give him a phone call. So update you on the records.
It was going to be Tom Brady, but he canceled on it.
Yeah, Tom Brady was fixing to come join.
If they would have beat the Rams,
they lost today, so he's a little upset. So he
Yeah.
didn't feel like talking.
And I honestly, and coming from a guy like him, I called him. And why would he cuss me out just because they lost?
Right.
I can't control that.
Right, exactly.
My
But
phone's on 3%.
So we'll get.
What's on mine? I'm on 11.
I'm just gonna send it.
Yeah, just send it. So we'll get our next guy.
If we lose, it's on 2%.
Just call on yours.
On mine?
Yeah, I'll do the.
Hey, give me. I think I have his number, but
Since I'll go ahead while they're doing that and get you update on the records. So Christian, if you're watching this, we do apologize again.
Give him a tough week.
For the
Levi's
tough week. Christian went 3-3 last week. So
we said if he went 4-2,
yeah,
we would put him on par with Kyle.
Yeah, but Kyle's still 6-0 leading. The updated records for us three is John went 5-1 last week. I went 4-2. Dave went 4-2. So I'm at 15-9. John's at 16-8. Dave's at 14-10.
Somebody said we were in a shed.
Yeah, and so
yo, what is up, Levi Ramsey?
My man John.
Dude, welcome to Talkin' Ball.
This is our Buddhist friend Levi.
I'm excited about being on Talkin' Ball. I've been looking forward to it all afternoon.
It is an honor and a privilege to have you on here, Levi.
So Levi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So let me update you. So we're keeping up with
John's phone has dropped at 9%.
If we lose you, Levi, we're sorry.
We're in a bad spot.
Oh,
We gotta do better.
so we're keeping up with the guest pickers record. That's hard to say. So Christian went
Picker's record.
3-3 last week. Landon went 4-2 week 1. CC went 4-2 week 2. And then Kyle Collins went 6-0 in week 3. So you got to go perfect.
I say we give him the same offer we gave
Yeah, but you also have Kyle had an easy week.
He did.
You
And
have
that's
a
not to
hard
take
week.
anything away, but he did have an easier
If
week.
you can go 4-2, we're putting you on
I say
par with
5
Kyle.
and 1.
5
This
and
week's a
1.
little bit easier.
Yeah, we'll go 5 and
It's
1.
still a tough
man.
week.
This week's tough.
It's a tough week, but not quite as tough as last
All right,
week.
well,
So if you
we'll
go
give you
5 and 1, we'll put you on the same level as Kyle.
See, I thought you said that if Christian split it 3-3, that you would just automatically win.
Well, you watch more of our videos than we do.
Yeah.
He had to go
did-
4-2.
I thought we
did-
said
did
4 and
we
2.
say
Did we
3
say
and 3 or
Did we
4?
say 3 and 3?
I could have swore it was a 50 split.
We'll have to go
Might
back.
have been.
We'll go back and
He
watch
went
that.
We'll have to
3-3.
review
We'll have
the
to find-
replay.
We'll have to go back
We'll
and
have to
watch.
review the footage there.
Yeah, Levi does watch it because he comments
Yeah.
on. But
Levi's
yeah,
one of our faithful.
he is one of our faithful
If
viewers.
we gave him 3-3, we'll give you 4-2. If we gave him 4-2,
Give
then
you
you have to
5
go
and
5 and 1.
All right.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Week one. The game. I can't even talk tonight.
Come
The
on,
first
struggling,
first
bro.
game of the first.
Say, man.
Okay, game 1. Who you taking? Boston College at Clemson.
Well, Boston College has got a lot of momentum coming in after beating Mizzou. Clemson's also got a chip on their shoulder after getting beat by NC State, which, by the way, I did kind of call that one. So, I mean, this one's kind of tough. Clemson falling all the way down to 25 gives them something like they need to prove something to get back in there. So, I think it's at Clemson, so I think I'm going to have to go Clemson on that one.
I like the pick. I as well am going with my Tigers. I can't bet against them. I want to say they actually get it together this week somehow, some way, some miracle happens, but I don't think they do. I still think it's a close game. I say Clemson by 3-7. Another nail biter, but Clemson pulls it out just because they're playing at home.
Well,
If they can score that 7.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and go on record and say everything about my common sense says to pick Boston College. Brian Breesy's out.
Oh,
Tyler
yeah.
Davis is out. James Skowski, I don't know if he's going to be playing. Will Shipley, I don't know if he's going to be playing.
He's out 3 or 4 weeks.
He's out. So, you're like a full confirmation on the injury?
Yeah.
I just read something about it.
Has something to do with his not his knee, but his tibia.
So,
Brazil's ACL, is it not?
Yeah,
Yep.
Brazil
so,
tore his ACL.
so we're pretty much out our best defensive players. We're
Yep.
out our best offensive player. We're already terrible as it is on offense. But I'm still going to have to roll the Tigers just because they're my team. But Boston College probably beats us, but I'm going with Clemson.
Probably. Who you going with, Dave?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't been bold at this point. I've kind of just rode with the flow, and it's kind of costing me. And so that's why I went bold with the Arky, Georgia. And if
I like
you'll
this
give
new
me,
bold Dave.
if you're, I'm either it's gonna be either lightning and fork and lightning. We're going bold, or we're gonna look really stupid. Boston College opened with a team named Colgate.
That's that stuff you brush your teeth with,
Anytime
ain't
you
it?
play a toothpaste in that season, you're gonna have a good year. I don't know, man. Missouri's a good football team, and they squeaked it out against them by a touchdown. They scored 41 points. They've proven to this point to be able to score. I'm gonna have to do it. I have to. I'm gonna have to go Boston College.
And I would love to say, David, you're an idiot. David, you're crazy, but
you're probably right.
right.
The reason
like,
is
seriously, like I'm
Yeah.
not just saying that.
Yeah,
I
no,
really
you're
think-
probably right. Yeah.
The reason is, like I continue to say, if I buy in on you, and you make me look stupid, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
And I bought in on Clemson last week, and I said they're gonna get it going, and they didn't. And man, you have to think. Either there's gonna be one or two things. Either Clemson is saying, you know what, we're gonna regroup. We have a chip on our shoulder,
Or they're gonna quit.
or spirits are low.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, your heart and souls are gone.
Yep.
Will Shipley, your bright spot, gone.
Yep.
No-
Where's he going?
Where's Justin Ross been? And where's these receivers been? We know there's talent, but nobody's showed out.
Yeah.
Brazil's gone. Skowski's hurt. Spector's not 100%.
Tyler Davis is out.
Tyler Davis is out.
Yeah.
I've got to take Boston College here. Man, it's looking bleak over at Clemson.
Yep. On to the second game. Levi, who you taking? Troy at South Carolina.
This one's tough because
It is
South
tough.
Carolina's coming off of a loss to Kentucky, and Troy's coming off a huge upset. They were 23-point favorites against UL Monroe, and Monroe come out and smacked them by 13. So I just every fiber of my being wants to go against South Carolina for some reason. Just feel like they're just the wrong Carolina. So
They're not Carolina.
I think I'm just going to go bold here, and I'm going to say that Troy's going to come out and shock the world.
I like the
and
pick.
beat South Carolina.
I
Man, I
really
like
like
it.
that pick.
I
do.
like it too.
I love that pick.
as much as I'd like to agree with you, I'm gonna go Carolina. Just they're the better football team, no doubt. They're playing at home. I tell you, watch out if they do come out and get beat by Troy.
Beamer won't last a year.
I don't think Beamer. Yeah, I still think that a lot of fans are still high on Beamer.
No, dude, they'll give up on him so fast.
Yeah, if they come out and lose to Troy and Kentucky and Troy back to back.
No, if it's like close.
Yeah, but I'm gonna roll with Carolina. I think it's close though. I don't think they blow out Troy. I think it's close. I think it's a one possession, 10 points kind of game. But I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll Carolina.
Little lip pick. But I remember back in the day when Clemson was great and amazing, and we just came off barely losing the national championship at Alabama, and we come into the next year and we almost lost to Troy. Troy was a top 25 team.
Ooh.
They about upset us at home in the Valley, but I don't think that's the same Troy team. I don't necessarily agree that they'd be totally out on Shane Beamer if they lost. Now, if it was like a blowout, definitely.
Dude, these
but
fans,
I do
they're
think
so toxic.
that is true. But that is very true. Their fan base is pretty rough. But I give Carolina the nod. But I do like the Troy pick. I think it's a close game.
I'll take Carolina.
Okay. No, just no ifs, ands, buts.
Nah, we're gonna run a little bit late, but
yeah.
So that's why I was so fast there. But I think South Carolina wins this handily.
Okay. Michigan at Wisconsin. Who you taking, Levi?
Let's see. Michigan finally faced a challenge at Rutgers, a good Rutgers team at that, and they kind of come out and squeak by. One by was that 20-13 was that final score?
Yeah.
And Wisconsin's coming off a loss to a Notre Dame team that really surprised me that they did what they did.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like this one's going to be really close. Right now, they're giving Wisconsin a 1-point advantage, but I think Michigan's got something to prove here and prove that they're worthy of the top 25 and where they're ranked at. So I think Michigan's going to come out and win this in a close game. It'll be ugly, but I think Michigan will win it.
I like the pick. Great pick. I'm as well going with Michigan. I wasn't really bought into them last week. I think they were actually my team I was sleeping on. Which they put a hard fought game against like you said, against Rutgers. But yeah, I'm not bought in on Wisconsin's offense. They have a good defense, but they can't move the ball consistently. Struggle. They're playing at home, but I think they're still depleted from their loss against Notre Dame, and I'm rolling with Michigan as well.
And I agree with you, Levi. I think it's a very, very ugly game. I think it's a low-scoring game. I think Michigan has a lot to prove. Jim Harbaugh has a ton to prove. I think this is a better Michigan team. I still think they're not where they need to be necessarily, at least from a Michigan fan's perspective, which I ain't one. But I go with Michigan. Ugly, low-scoring game. Michigan gets the win.
Michigan big.
Michigan big.
How big?
20 points. Wisconsin. I think Michigan hangs 30. And I don't think Wisconsin scores more than 13 or 17.
I think it's like 14-10.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Michigan score 45 points.
Yeah, Michigan's got a good offense. They do.
If Michigan can run the ball, you can't stop them.
But I only pushback, which I know we don't want to get too long, is that they look great against Rutgers at first, but once Rutgers stopped their run, they were struggling.
No doubt, and that's the thing. And Wisconsin's got a stout defense.
I could see both.
This could be like a 13-10 game.
Yeah.
Either way, Michigan wins.
Yeah.
Cincinnati at Notre Dame. Who you taking, Levi?
I really don't like Notre Dame. I'll be honest.
It's
I feel like they're just overrated and complete garbage this year. Jack Cohen has been amazing, and their backup that come in and really stepped up for them against Wisconsin was great.
He was.
I think he did a fantastic job. This being Cincinnati, they have been known to disappoint before, and they're saying Cincinnati by 2.5. But I think either Notre Dame really comes out and smacks this thing and shows us the offense that we've been looking for, or Cincinnati is just going to take it home. And I think I'm going to go with Cincinnati taking it home. I think Notre Dame's just been playing it too close, too much lately.
This is tough. I didn't realize how tough a pick this was. I have bet against Notre Dame the past 2 weeks. I picked them to get beat by Purdue, and I picked them to get beat by Wisconsin. Third time's a charm. I'm taking Cincinnati over Notre Dame.
See, and I've been the opposite of Dallas. I've been not necessarily riding the Notre Dame train, but I've been picking them. I've been saying Notre Dame's going to win. And, man, this one's hard. Notre Dame at home. I love Desmond Ridder. I love Luke Fickell. I love what Cincinnati's been doing, what Cincinnati's been building. I love the way Jack Cohen's been playing. Kyle Hamilton, the best safety in probably college football. And this one is extremely, extremely tough for me. I'm going to go Notre Dame. And before the show started, I was going to pick Cincinnati.
David?
Man, this one's a tough one. Because last week Notre Dame hung 40 on a good defense.
They did have 2 pick sixes.
A good defense.
And a kick return.
And I didn't know that. They had a kick return and 2 pick sixes.
Yes.
So this offense still sucks.
No.
Yeah.
Here I am looking at the score, not knowing anything about the game, thinking they scored
No.
21 points, came
Yeah.
hammer Cincinnati. What? I'm glad you said that. Hammer Cincinnati. Cincinnati's going to win this game because, like I continue to
I'm
say,
feeling less confident. Can I change my pick? Is it too late?
you cannot rely on defensive and special team scores. It's good. You need to have a good defense. You need to have a good special team. Your offense has to score in these big games. Notre Dame's offense isn't legit. It's never going to be legit. I do not believe in Notre Dame. You squeak by and you squeak by and you squeak by, and sooner or later you get smacked. I'm still going bold. Desmond Ritter shows out. Luke Fickell makes a statement. Cincinnati's in the playoffs this year. Cincinnati
Because
by
of this win.
17.
Real quick, David just talked me out of it, and for strategy's sake, I'm changing my pick to Cincinnati.
Okay.
I've been talked out of it, and for strategy's sake.
I don't know if I believe everything I just said, but I'm
It
rolling with it.
sounded
Who you going with? Alabama, Ole Miss, Levi?
I mean, this one's probably the easiest pick. I have not watched Ole Miss play, but I have watched Alabama play. So pretty convincingly, Alabama will handle Ole Miss.
This is tough. What time's that game?
3:30.
3:30
3:30.
in Bryant, Denny.
As much as I want to go with Bama, as much as I want to go with Ole Miss, I don't bet against Nick Saban
That's
at
a
home.
smart thing to do.
I'm going Bama. Close game, but I'm going Bama.
And Levi, there's a lot of teams I haven't watched as well, but Ole Miss is one of the teams I have watched. And their offense is very good like last year. Matt Corral's a legit Heisman candidate. Their defense is improved. It's still not great.
Out of do.
And Nick Saban does not lose at home. I do
What do you do
believe
when you're out of do?
I do believe the last time they lost at home was Johnny Manziel and Texas
Yep.
A&M, an elite quarterback, an elite college quarterback.
Didn't they lose to 2019 LSU at home, or was that on the road?
That
on the road.
might have been at home, but I'm not sure.
But either
Yeah.
way,
Regardless, 2 elite quarterbacks. Ole Miss wins this game.
Oh,
I'm going Ole Miss. I think Matt Corral throws for 400 yards. I think he throws 4 or 5 touchdowns. I think he runs for 1. I think he cements himself in the Heisman race and as the Heisman leader after this game. And I think Ole Miss pulls off an upset and actually does win at home.
the Ole Miss defense is suspect.
It is.
The Alabama defense is suspect.
Yeah.
I'm not bought in on Bryce Young. The times I've seen him against Florida have to make a play, he missed. Against Florida, 2 pass interferences bailed him out early on some deep balls that just weren't thrown well at all. Poorly thrown even. Here's my thing. Bama's lacked a elite run game. They typically have an elite run game.
Yeah.
And it's kind of untalked about. And last year it was there and untalked about. This is a hard one. As bad as I want Kirby Smart to be the first assistant to beat Saban, Lane Kiffin gets it done.
I like it, Dave.
Ole Miss,
We split that one.
Ole Miss has historically had Bama's number.
They have.
They could have beat them last year with a lesser team. And they had a bye week last week. And I promise you, Lane Kiffin wants to win this game more than anybody
I
in this
agree.
world
Oh,
wants
yeah.
him to.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: if they were playing at Ole Miss coming off a bye, I'd say Ole Miss big time. And I'm rolling with them. Rolling with the Rebels.
Yeah.
Heisman moment for Corral
Yeah.
happens in this game. And Ole Miss is going to win, and they're going to score on the last drive of the game.
Now for the game of the week. Arkansas at Georgia. Who you taking, Levi, and the score?
I need a clean sweep here.
Well, I believe that Alabama and Georgia are the 2 best teams in the nation, and there's a huge gap between them and Oregon.
Agree.
I agree.
With
Completely.
that being said, Georgia's defense is the number 1 defense in the nation.
Agree.
We have discussed that several times, and I've watched Arkansas. See, Georgia's averaging about 49.5 points over the last 3 games. We're not going to count that ugly Clemson game.
Yeah.
And Arkansas is averaging about 35 points over the last 3 games. I'm not seeing defense on Arkansas' side as good as I am Georgia's. And I just feel like if Georgia punted on first down every game this year, they would win. And their defense is just that good. And I think it'll be kind of close. I don't give Georgia the spread, but I'm thinking
That's fair.
35-24, 35-20. Yeah, 35-20.
35-20. Georgia.
Georgia.
That's a very good outlook, very good take on this game.
Better take than I'm gonna have.
At Georgia, there's just no way.
Yeah, and that's where I agree with you on playing. If it was at Arkansas, I'm still picking Georgia, but I would say they'd have a better chance. So playing at Georgia, and I think the 12 o'clock game, I think it's an advantage to Georgia. I really do. I mean, your fans are going to be pumped up.
No doubt.
Arkansas is just coming off a huge game against Texas A&M.
Well, hangover.
I think there could be a little hangover.
And Georgia got a 12 o'clock game this week, which could help them.
Yeah, they're a little bit. Like I said, I mean, they did. They won a big game. Their fans are hyped up. I think they're on a high right now, but I think they get brought back down to earth, and I'm taking Georgia. I'm taking Georgia 38, Arkansas 17.
A good look. That's going to be close to mine. I want to say this before John makes his pick. I remember in 2017, Mississippi State came to Athens.
I remember that.
Extremely hyped up, in a lot of ways very comparable to Arkansas' situation. And I was kind of sitting back saying, why is everybody so worried about this Mississippi State team? As similar as I have been with Arkansas. And while I think Arkansas is good, I think they're top 10 right now. I think they're top 15 after this week. Georgia went in that game and won 31-3. Blew them out. I just kind of want to acknowledge what happens in Athens against overhyped teams before John makes his pick.
35-16 Georgia.
35.
I think Arkansas has to kick a lot of field goals, or it would be a really close game. I think Georgia's defense bends but doesn't break, gives up one touchdown. They kick 3 field goals. It would be a lot closer game if Arkansas could put it in, but they can't put it in the Georgia defense.
That's a good man. All those takes are good, and that's a good take because Arkansas is going to hit on some deep balls this game. They have a couple deep threats, and Georgia's shown throughout a few games that here and there they're going to give up deep plays, but a Kirby Smart defense has always given up a few deep balls because he's aggressive.
Right.
The 3-4 is an aggressive defense. But as I've said this earlier in the show, Arkansas has nothing for Georgia. They're riding high. Vince Dooley, the greatest head coach in Georgia history, won a natty there. He used to schedule teams from the West at 12 on purpose because of the time differences, and it affected them because this is to them like playing at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
In the Eastern time here. I'm going Georgia. We cover the spread, and this will be close for a quarter. And I think we do bend but don't break. They're going to score a time or two. I'm going to take Georgia 41-17. Georgia makes a statement. Georgia takes the number 1 spot after this week, and I don't want the number 1 spot, but Georgia takes it.
All righty. Well, first of all, thank you, Levi. You came in and you brought in some heat. Came in with some good picks. Came in with some facts. I think you killed your debut here on Talking Ball, Levi. Any final words?
Pick the Troy over.
Yeah, I got a shout out I need to give.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I want to shout out the one guy that still voted to keep North Carolina in the top 25. I just want to say thank you for believing in the overhyped North Carolina that fell quicker than Clemson's playoff hopes. And I just want to say thanks for the one vote.
Do we know who that guy was?
Yeah.
Do we know the name by chance?
He knows who he is.
Oh,
He knows.
He's not watching, but
He ain't watching, but he knows.
imagine he watches.
Yeah, we do appreciate it, Levi.
Hey man, thanks for having me on Talking Ball.
Hey, thanks
Been
for
an honor, been a pleasure.
thanks for watching us.
Yeah.
We know that you watch, and I appreciate
Yes,
that.
sir. I don't skip to the end of the video to see David's word. I don't do that. No, I really
Just
don't.
gave away a secret.
We're now going to throw him in at random time.
Yeah, 13 minutes 7 seconds in there. But yeah, we'll talk to you later, Levi.
Yeah, man.
One quick thing before we wrap the show up. I'm scheduled to work Saturday. If I have to work, I will not get to watch it. If I have to watch, if I have to work, I'm not going to be able to watch this game. I'll record it, keep up with it, and watch it when I get home. Might sneak to the bathroom and watch it.
So you gonna keep up with it?
Yeah, because I'm not one of those. I can't.
There's no way you can get off though.
No, there's a chance. If they give us the opportunity to take vacation Friday, and I take it. I'm off Saturday.
That's how I felt like working at DG when playing night game, dude. I would literally just like while I'm at the register, just like glancing out.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep up with it, but at 1 o'clock, no more playing. I'll be so nervous not knowing what's going on. I can't do it. I just can't. I am gonna record it and watch it later, though, but I'll say this, and I'm not gonna make a promise, but I am gonna say a probability. If I can get off Saturday, put in that vacation time and take off, I'm going to Athens, very likely. Regardless if anybody goes with me. This game will end around 3 or 3:30. I can be home by 5 or 6. I want to go to this game. It's going to be live. It's going to be fun. So just to those that are not watching, because nobody's going to watch this video,
I might go.
if they'll let me off, I'm going. Anybody's welcome to go. If
You just gonna get tickets down there?
I'll probably try to get them before I go.
Dude, if I could get Father Buddy, dude, to slip me in a ticket.
Bro, if y'all can get tickets, I'll cover the gas. That's not an issue. I'll drive, cover the
Little
gas.
boys trip to Athens, baby.
I mean, we could find tickets down there.
We definitely
Well, let's
could.
end this.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd rather try
Until
to get
next
it
time,
prior
keep
to.
talking.
We
ball.
love y'all, and if you're still watching, comment. I love you.